And you may not be a fan, but your kids would probably be thrilled if they only had to go to school 4 days a week. More and more schools around the country are switching to a shorter week because of teacher shortages, and local schools could be next. Channel 11 News anchor Jennifer Tomazik found out how the change could impact your child's studies.
I reviewed a new state education code, and a 4-day school week is now possible in Pennsylvania. I talked with a researcher about how it works and what she sees when it comes to the impacts on students' test scores.
Have a good day.
5 days a week, Amanda Haynes' daughter gets on the bus precisely at 8:25 a.m. to go to school. But what if she got on earlier and stayed in school longer each day, so she'd only have to go to school 4 days a week?
It would cause a lot of hardship, I think, not just for me, but for a lot of working parents.
A change in the public school code that the governor signed at the end of last year does allow for 4-day school weeks in Pennsylvania. Here's how. Instead of making it a requirement for students to go to school for 180 days and 990 hours, districts now have the choice of 180 days or 990 hours.
I think this is a great opportunity for schools to look and see how can we better educate our students.
Bill co-sponsor, State Representative Aaron Bernstein says a 4-day school week isn't the reason behind the change in the school code, but it gives districts that option.
You know, there's been increasing adoption in the last few years.
Emily Morton has been researching 4-day school weeks for several years. Most of them, she says, add a few hours to each day and have Fridays or Mondays off.
By and large, they're saying they're doing it to address teacher shortages.
Especially in rural districts where it might be harder to recruit and retain good teachers. She has research showing that it boosts morale among teachers and students and reduces rates of fighting and bullying. But what about the impact to education?
They're not equivalent, the 4-day school week and the 5-day school week. These 4-day school weeks, students on the 4-day school week are performing less well.
Morton says the results show small but negative significant effects.
Four, definitely.
No surprise these kids are on board with a 4-day school week. These Pittsburgh public students actually did their own research on 4-day school weeks. They're part of the Community Cares Club at Wolfslair Elementary. The idea they have is giving families options for the last day of the school week.
The 5th day is meant for working parents, so like if they do have work, they can send their child to their neighborhood school and they can have those activities. It's 100% optional.
No school districts in Pennsylvania currently have 4-day school weeks. This map shows the states where the 2,100 schools are located that have 4-day school weeks. Most are in rural communities.
I don't see it working in urban and suburban areas for that child care reason.
I'll stay in touch with the Department of Education here in Pennsylvania to see if they start hearing about any districts going to 4 days. Jennifer Tomazik, Channel 11 News.